It was Saturday evening when I met you in the 10th row of cinema.
This is a Crossrock Fiberglass acoustic guitar case. It is one of 5 that I currently own. I own many, many, many guitars. For the guitars that I use when I gig out and I travel with, these are the cases I keep those guitars in, and let me tell you why. Crossrock, they're built in China, and I do need to tell you, I'm a Crossrock artist. What that really means is they sponsor me to the point where I get a slight discount when I order cases. But the reason I use their cases is they're super high quality. I own gig bags, I own nylon covered kind of foamy things that are kind of halfway between a hard shell case and a gig bag for some of my really inexpensive guitars that I don't take out of the house that much. And I have lots of black, say TKL or Gator cases. Nothing wrong with those. Nice cases. But for added protection, for guitars that are expensive to purchase, that I want to keep in good shape, these are the cases that I put those guitars in. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It's fiberglass with a gel coat covering. The only drawback to gel coat is it scratches. Think fiberglass boat. Nice and shiny, white hull. You take it up to the dock, it's barnacles on the side of the dock, the boat scrapes on it, now you've got some scratches. That's just what happens with gel coat covered fiberglass, so you do need to be conscious of that. If you really are worried about it, you can buy covers. They're usually canvas or some sort of fabric that you can put over a case like this or any case to protect it from scratching and scuff marks. But let's look at this case. I'm going to turn it around. It has a metal alloy TSA lock, and evidently they've done hammer tests on it and drop tests on it and corruption tests. I'm not really sure what a corruption test is, but they've done it. It is passed successfully, pops right open. You've got these other clasps which don't just release when you lift them up. You lift them up, you twist them 180 degrees, and they release that way. Added protection, they won't just come undone by somebody bumping on them. Let me open all these things up. Nice solid stainless steel clasps. Opening it up, what you get inside the case is a bag with keys for the TSA lock. Inside the bag is straps, so you can make this into a shoulder strap. So you don't have to use your hands, you can put it right around your shoulders. Also, these 2 pieces of 0.7-inch foam, which is the same thickness of the foam on the inside, actually these are a little thinner, covered in the same velour fabric. These are for if your guitar, now this is an OM case, it's the CRF 2020 OM MB. CRF means fiberglass for Crossrock Fiberglass. 2020 is the series, the level. This is the heavy duty fiberglass one. OM stands for OM guitar shape. That's what fits in here. And the MB stands for mint blue. But if you have, like I have one OM guitar, which is slightly smaller than a typical OM. So when I put it in this case, it moves a little bit front and back. All I have to do is put this down at the lower bout. Now the guitar sits in there nice and snug, because you don't want your guitar to be moving around. That could damage it. You've got a little pocket in here for your, capos and extra strings and picks and things like that. Tuners. There is a hygrometer in the case. What that does, it reads the relative humidity inside the case. Not an expensive one. How accurate it is, I don't know, but it is a nice feature. Now, the foam is a high-density foam. It is 0.7 inches thick. And I don't know if you can tell in the camera or not, but so I'll take a photo. On the outside of both the top and the bottom, there's a ridge, which is about an inch, inch and a quarter wide, which is thicker by half as the foam that's on the top and the bottom. The reason for that is an acoustic guitar is a top and a bottom. If you have an expensive guitar, it's solid wood on the top, solid wood on the bottom. Those are the weakest parts of the guitar, and they're glued to the sides. The sides are the strength of the guitar. So with these cases, the sides hit these ridges, the top and the bottom don't touch the foam. Many guitar cases, even many of the hard shell cases, will have a strip of foam that kind of goes right up and carries through, and when you open the guitar case, you see the imprint of the bridge pins, the bridge, the saddle and the strings running up, which means there is pressure on the top and the bottom of the guitar, which you don't want. So in other words, if pressure gets pushed like this, it could put enough pressure to crack that top or that back. You don't have that problem with Crossrock. They've made sure that these cases are protective. There's also a spot here, since so many of us now have pickups in our guitars where we have an end pin sticking out, there's a little divot right here, or curve shape, to allow for that end pin so it doesn't score the fabric. And this one looks like it's actually got, I'll take a photo of it, it's got a little protective covering on it, so it's not just the velour, it's something else, it's a little stronger. Maybe it's leather, it could be. Great cases. Crossrock builds cases for not only acoustic guitars, but for banjos, for ukuleles, and for all kinds of stringed instruments. They make everything from gig bags all the way up to flight cases made from carbon fiber. The carbon fiber case is half the weight of this particular one. The heavy-duty fiberglass cases are a little over 14 pounds, or 4.6 kilograms. Not particularly heavy, but a little heavier than your average black guitar case. This particular case, in today's world, which would be end of June 2025, retails for $399. Being a Crossrock artist, I'm sponsored by Crossrock, so I get a slight discount when I order cases from them. It's not very much, but it's enough to make me willing to buy extra cases. So be it. Great cases. If you're looking, oh, a nice leather handle. If you're looking to protect expensive guitars and you gig a lot, which means you're taking your guitar from inside your house to the car, from the car to the venue, moving it around on stage or behind the stage, and then back into the car, back to home, you want to protect that guitar as best you can. These cases will do that. They're much better than a gig bag or a typical hardshell case. Can you travel with these? It does have a TSA lock on it. Yes, you can. I had a fellow contact me a couple years ago. He was moving from the United States to England. He wanted to know if this particular model, the 2020, the 2020, would be substantial. And I said, I think it would be. I can't answer that because I've never air traveled with it. He purchased one. He moved from, I think it was the Chicago area, to England. He said, Todd, send me an email. Todd, the case came through fine. The guitar was fine. I highly recommend Crossrock cases, as do I. So if you have expensive guitars or you want to protect your current guitar, no matter how expensive it was, the best way possible, check into Crossrock Guitars. That's crossrockcase.com. I think you'll be happy. I like the fact that they come in color. And depending on what they have in stock, it could be this mint blue, it could be orange, it could be red, it could be blue, white, ivory, silver. My favorite is yellow, but I like this one too, mint blue. So check them out. Maybe you'll have a Crossrock case in your arsenal. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
It was Saturday evening when I met you in the 10th row.